here, and today we're going to be going over some of our escort position techniques. This is my buddy Bill. He's going to help me on the videos, and you'll probably be seeing Bill in a bunch of videos in the future. So to get started, in policing, the escort position is something that we end up in a lot. We're just going to go over at the beginning a person that is compliant and not resisting, because that's how you're going to make most of your arrests. The person is a lot of times is going to comply and let you arrest them. So one of the methods I like is what I call the bundle method. Obviously, we're going to have our escort position, hand on the wrist and on the back of the arm here. And then I'll say, sir, put your hands behind your back. Once he starts to put his hands behind his back, I'm going to lace my arm between his two, and I'm going to keep this pressure. I'm going to pull him in, and I'm going to keep chest pressure on the one arm as I grip around his arm with my other hand. This leaves me a free hand for the handcuffing procedure. I will say, if you have two officers, I would probably just have one officer focus on controlling the person while the other officer cuffs. But if you have to arrest on your own, I think this is a pretty effective technique because I know that they teach old school. You know, they teach you to grab the fingers like this and keep pressure. And the problem with that is that if Bill is, a convicted felon, or he's got warrants, or he just did something really bad, he might not want to go to jail. So they're going to fight. They're going to do whatever they can. They don't care if they break their fingers or not. So if he really wanted to, I mean, obviously I'm not trying to break Bill's fingers, but even if I was putting pressure like this, if a person really wanted to get away, they're gonna thrash and try to pull away, and eventually they could get their hands free. So that's why I like this bundle method, because even if he starts to fight or really try to pull away, I can pull in closer. I just feel like it has more control. So we'll move on to, what if the person starts to resist? One of the common things that we see if this person resists is that they pull everything close to their body because they don't want us to get the hands behind their back for handcuffing. So if he does start to pull his hands towards his body, what we can do is we can pin this against his body, and now I can take this hand, come along his back, shoot through the gap here, and control his wrist here. Once I have control of this wrist, I can take this hand and place it along his forearm. So if I want to take him to the ground to arrest him, what I'll do is, this is one of my favorite takedowns. It's almost like a mat return. So I'm going to keep pressure on his hip here, and you'll see that it kind of breaks his posture and starts to dip his hip because I'm putting my forearm along that hip. And then what I'll do is I'll twist, and if you have to, you can put your foot here as like a stopper. So if I was going to take Bill down, I'm going to be here, and I'll take him down, and I get him to the ground. Once he's on the ground, we can go over some of our handcuffing procedures, but we'll do that in a separate video. So come on up. One more time. If I'm here, Bill pulls in, I get this control, take him down. Now I have him on the ground. But let's say it's summertime, or Bill's wet and all sweaty and everything, and I just lose control of his hand and he pulls away. Fight's not over. Obviously, I can still take him down. What I'm going to do is, the weight is off of this leg. A lot of it's on that leg away from me. So what I'll do is I'll just grab a single here, and I can take him down by just gripping above his knee here and doing like a dump down or twisting to where I get him to here. Once I get him on the ground in this takedown, what you can do is almost like a leg pass, where I'm here, and now I can come to here and work in this kind of, I'm going to turn you, in this kind of gift wrap position. So, but once again, we can cover that in another video. Last thing I want to show from this position is another good way to control somebody is you can start like this on this escort position, but if this guy does bring his hand here and he's not like fighting to pull away, what we can do is I can just grip his wrist like this and then grip my own wrist, because now what I can do is we can just go back and forth to, if I say, all right, put your hands behind your back, I can come here and I can escort. Or what you can do is, if this person just needs to be moved, if he keeps this close to his body, I just get my partner on the other side to do the same thing. And then even if this guy goes dead weight, we can just kind of carry him. So those are a few things from the escort position. If you enjoyed the video, just leave a comment or subscribe for more videos in the future.